Welcome to the Metrum KYAI pod today. We've got a special guest. We've got our humanoid robot showing up. Clay, what do we call this gentleman?
This right here is Jivan.
And why do we call him Jivan?
Well, he's a Unitree G1 robot, and more importantly, Jivan means life, and that's what this little guy has.
Who is the founder of the idea for his name? Is the gentleman in the room right now?
This gentleman is in the room right now. His name is Kanan. He's right here.
Can Kanan come on and say hi? Right. What's up, Kanan? So this is a live feed from our Georgetown base. If you're unfamiliar with Georgetown, it's just north of Austin. Georgetown-based research lab. Clay and Kanan have been playing with the G1 humanoid robot. We're really excited about the humanoid robot because we recently launched a data center AI agent that monitors data center infrastructure. The agent can do a lot of really cool stuff. It can root cause analyze when a machine's down. Ultimately, it can write a JIRA ticket that initiates a software update or a truck roll. But what it can't do is rack and stack servers. And so what we wanted to do is see the latest capability of humanoid robots to see if they can solve some of those problems. As you guys all know, data centers are increasingly important. Nobody wants their data centers to go down. It's got to run 24/7. High value assets, of course, with GPU-centric data centers, they're even more expensive. So we're playing with the integration right now of our data center AI agent with the humanoid robots. We're not sure if this gentleman can rack and stack servers, but we think he can do some great visual inspection. He might be able to put in a new connector. He might be able to power on and off the server as well. And data centers are also in some of the most remote locations in the world because they've got to be co-located with affordable energy, which is unsurprisingly in many cases away from where people live because there's a demand for that particular energy. And so allowing people to work remotely, use an AI agent to save them time, get notified when a downtime event occurs, and ultimately transition to a humanoid to solve that problem if it does require a physical interaction with the equipment is an incredible opportunity. So a team here in our Georgetown Research Lab is really excited to get their G1 in-house, start developing and see what we can do with this great robot. Kind of as part of our continuing evolution, we are always trying out new AI tools to understand what's the latest and greatest. And Clay's been playing a lot on the content side, trying to figure out how we make the KYAI pod special. In doing so, Clay, how many tools have you been playing with?
Well over 50, probably closer to almost 100 at this point. So tested most of the ones that are coming out. There's more coming out every day. It's quite the space to keep up with, for sure.
And Clay, what do I challenge you with on those tools? What am I trying to get you to make?
You're trying to basically doctor viral content. That's Steen's favorite thing is how are we going to get these things to work for us? Instead of trying to get them to do everything perfectly the first time, we need to do it themselves.
Yeah, and I think ultimately, Clay, what you're realizing is there's a lot of limitations in the modern tools today. But
Absolutely.
what you can, if you stack a few together, if you take the capability of AI creating music, which is okay-ish, we'll give it AI like a C as far as music. You can create some AI music. We can obviously generate some great text content. We can render some really cool images as well. And we can even do a little bit of video work, although it's usually in very, very short form. What happens, Clay, though, when you put all that stuff together?
Well, you get real utility out of it. You can get something that'll work for you and pops off the screen, hopefully. It might not be one shot for a lot of people, but once you get that prompt engineering down, you get used to the tools, it can help you iterate a lot faster on generating solid content.
Great, Clay. So why don't you share us full screen what you have made recently, just stacking a few different tools together.
All right, Jivan, thanks for your help today, buddy. I think I got to take this over.
Jivan waved before he goes? Okay, there he goes.
Oh, yeah, there he goes.
Jivan was not helpful in the creation of this stack.
Yeah, not yet. We're working on that.
Unfortunately for a lot of great AI tools, this stack used Clay's HI, which is human intelligence.
Exactly. That is true.
Clay, while you're getting this up,
Yeah.
any observations in Unitree G1 so far?
I mean, it really is kind of incredible what they're able to do now. This one specifically has incredible responsiveness. They're still working on its ability to bear weight. I think on a lot of the joints, they limit out at a certain point. But responsiveness, overall cool factor, and the stuff that we're going to be able to do with it is really going to take it to the next level, I think. So I'm looking forward to it.
Clay, do you have any experience in robotics or autonomous systems? Or semi-autonomous systems? Have you worked in them before?
I have a bit of experience in them. Mostly the flying variety, but a lot of camera vision stuff, a lot of military use applications, let's just say. But yeah, it's pretty well versed in the space at this point.
Okay, so a lot of experience in the purpose-built side of this. The general humanoid, this is your first humanoid, I'd say?
Yep. Yeah, this is my first humanoid. They're brand new.
Who would you say is your most kind of charming coworker at this point? Would you say Jivan or would you say Kanan?
I think Kanan's still a bit more personable than the robot. He talks back and he's more of a team player, so to speak. But the robot is a nice addition for sure. A
little bit more consistent use of the English language.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Let's check out this stack you made.
Okay, yeah.
How cool this supposed viral content that you made is.
Yeah, exactly, right? All right, let's check it out.
Awesome, Clay. I think, just going from Claude did a great job of putting a basic vision out there, but the combination of Magnific and Kling really kind of open up the visual there, and seeing something that normally takes tens of hours to create on concept building. That's a really incredible feature. Definitely not going to go viral. There's no cool memes in that.
Thanks for the content. Yeah, thanks for the confidence, Steen.
It's definitely kind of shows you how if you string together multiple tools, you can really up level the game of the imagery as well. Speaking of pulling together multiple tools, an agent that we haven't talked about yet in the open, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about is our agent, particularly focused on insurance claims. And one of the most common and prevalent insurance claims is a claim on someone's roof. And it could be damage due to hail, it could be because of a tree falling on it or other debris. But this is a very common claim. And one of the challenges when you have these mass events is, how do we get, the money to rebuild folks' houses back in their hands as soon as possible? And the insurance companies want to make that happen, but there is a process of documentation and submitting a claim required. And I want to share a little bit about our solution there. This particular solution, we talked about it, Clay just talked about nesting together multiple AI applications on content creation. We're actually going to use 4 different AI models in this solution, all to create that insurance claim. And, ultimately, we want to fast track that process. This is all about time savings that get people into their houses faster. There's really 4 elements that we pull together here. Is one, we use a visual language model. So when the inspector takes a picture, the visual language model can describe the damages on the roof, whether it's the flashing, the shingles, the chimney damage, or whatever roofing material that they have as well. And then what we do is we pair that with audio-based feedback. So now we can take the audio elements. Obviously, the inspector is going to want their hands free when they're up there on a roof for safety purposes. So we can take the audio transcription and the recordings there and pair that with the vision language model, which is explaining what's going on in the pictures. But ultimately, we need to mark the damaged area of the subsections of the roof. And the segment anything model, great computer vision model, allows us to segment out the portions where damage occurs. And then ultimately, we use our agentic RAG stack, which takes the insights on the policy that you have and pairs that with the documentation required to issue a claim, and ultimately generates that claim with the language model as well. So we'll share a little bit about how you can kind of jump in on this form and use this tool here. So it's just, basic login for the inspectors. And you can see right now we're just going to show a claim that's already pre-populated with an inspector. So we've already got the shingles, the flashing, audio inputs. We've got a number of images input, and we can just go ahead and submit this claim. Because we're using some really great hardware in this particular solution, we're just going to, for fun, going to simulate 10 claims. And then, all these images will go through the vision language model. We'll have the audio transcription, the language model. We'll be doing the segment anything model. So we're running these 4 models now concurrently to assess all of the raw data we have, which is the images and the audio files from the inspector. You can see now there's the vision language model's descriptions on the left, and then you can see all the images. You'll see the segment anything model pull it out as well. So as we pull up this completed report, all the coloration of the blue there is where the segment anything model has pulled out damaged areas. Everything's explained with the vision language model, and then we can generate this report as well. So fast tracking this entire process, really cool way to make sure that we can submit claims fast and get it in the hands of the people that fix the roofs and ultimately put people back in their houses faster.
Looks great. So you're saving people time, you're saving them potentially dangerous work, and doing it all with AI solutions.